What's up guys, my name is Mars, welcome back to another video. Today here back to my F1 2019 career mode, episode 7, and today is the jewel of the calendar, is the Monaco Grand Prix, so smash like and scratch an F1 to see more Formula 1 content, really motivates me to make more, and here we are just before Monaco, making an invitation event around Hockenheim with the Pro GP car. What I can say from this car, drive flat out and you're having one of the most rewarding experience that you ever get. I really miss these cars because yeah, the V8 engine is something else, but it's a checkpoint challenge, you know the drill, and attending to this invitation event is our two rivals, Alex Albon, that is our teammate, and Deva Butler. So, and if we we beat their results, we gain more respect. So it's always good to drive the classic cars and gain some respect, so everybody wins, and we do so. We won the challenge, we beat Albon and Devon, and here we are already in our office ready to work, and we have all upgrades completed, no one of the upgrades failed, so this is very good. 2 minor downforce upgrades really going to come in handy for this weekend's Monaco Grand Prix. But here we go to see the performance graphic, and remember we're going to have a major upgrade for the engine. So in terms of a performance graphic, we are in terms of the same with Alfa Romeo. They brought 2 minor upgrades, and then McLaren closed up to Renault. So things in midfield always very close, but I don't know if you're noticing in the last 2 episodes our progress in terms of performance has not been very good, not very looking forward, because I've been investing a lot on the durability, but now after the end of this episode I'm going to start to invest more, especially on the engine power, because I think in terms of durability I think now we are okay. So, and remember we had a lot of grid penalties, especially in the last races of the season, and if we don't get and the others get, that would be very good, and that means that the work we put on the durability at the beginning of the season would be very good. But today we're going to focus on the Monaco Grand Prix, and here we are on practice doing our things, you know, just doing the practice programs. It's not very common to show you the practice programs, but today is Monaco. We're going to be a little bit different, and we're going to show you everything, going purple on everything, so we are going for the full house in the practice programs. And here we are for the race simulation, and we made a mistake into the Novo chicane. We clipped the rear tire, that typical mistake, that typical bottle, and yeah, it was just to the flashback, you know. I don't feel bad to use flashbacks during practice, that's what practice is for, you know. So yeah, as you can see, it's Monaco. You need a lot of practice, and yeah, everything done. We absolutely nailed the practice program, but as you can see we have some wear in the internal combustion engine and the turbocharger, but I decided to, and the MGU-H is in 50%. I thought to, you know, to change the component, but it's Monaco, straight line speed is not important. But as you can see in practice 3, we made a qualifying program and we're going fastest, but surely we're not going to be fastest, but this is definitely a good sign for this weekend, I believe. So now let's talk about Claire, that wants to give some questions.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts. You really put a lot of effort into practice today. Are you testing new components?
Here we're going to be honest, we had some aero upgrades, so we're going to complement the aero upgrade and say that the upgrades are working the treat.
You were flying in practice. Do you think you can carry this over to qualifying?
Despite not being a power circuit, I decided to complement the engine part of the car, so, and we're going to be a little bit cheeky saying it's the same car, the same engine.
It looks like you've really been focusing on research and development this season.
And here we're going to say the truth. Once again, we're going to say that we've been putting a lot of work in the power unit side, so we're going to the right hand side option.
You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling for grip, or did you just misjudge some corners?
And finally, to answer this question, it wasn't my fault. It was my fault, sorry, but not the car's fault, so we're going no comment with that.
Appreciate your time.
We're here at the magical Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula 1 calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today? So then, Ant, it's another Grand Prix weekend, another exciting qualifying session ahead of us. What are you going to be looking out for over the next few minutes?
The first question is going to be who can avoid making mistakes. There isn't much margin for error in qualifying, and you have to bear in mind that the track conditions may have changed since practice, particularly as we've had a few support races in the meantime. If the brake bias settings, for example, don't take this into account, it's extremely easy to lock up a front wheel and cause a flat spot. Just like that, your lap's ruined and you've wasted a set of tyres to boot.
Alright, get ready to jump out if you get too hot in there. There's a problem with the cooling system, and it's going to take us a few minutes to correct it.
So here we are, guys, qualifying. We had a fault in the cooling system, but yeah, the issue is already solved. That is not going to stop us to make the 2 runs on qualifying, short qualifying, remember. And here we are on our first run. Cut a little bit the swimming pool chicane, but it's okay. And now going very well, very smoothly through another chicane, going through Raskas, very close to the wall to maximize our exit through the last corner, and we're going to open the DRS. It was a very smooth lap, but I think I was a little bit cautious, but here we go across the line. It is a 1:13.0, and at the moment we are at 8 tenths of the pace, sorry, but we are in P8, so it's a very good position. My objective in this weekend is finishing P7 because we have 600 resource points if we finish in P7. We scored 2 points, but I need more 6 to get those research points. So here we are getting ready for our second and last run. At the moment, Alex Albon, our teammate, is in front of us in P11, so that's very interesting. Finally, my teammate is showing some pace, and we really need to fight on the construct. So here we go, and whoa, that was woohoo! That was very, very close to Lewis Hamilton. We grazed the wall on the outside, but that was very, very close. It was leaving the pits, and it was very, very close to contact. And yeah, almost getting in some trouble because I would get a penalty or something like that. But here we are now. Albon is improved his time to P8. So here we go through the Nouveau chicane. Very, very tight, and now accelerate through the most technical session of the circuit, but it's absolutely satisfying to do if you do it, if you do very right. So through the swimming pool chicane, now attacking very close to the inside wall, but the second part of the chicane wasn't very good. For going through Raskas, we grazed the wall once again, but we didn't lose any beats our front wing. We're improving by 2 tenths, but the exit of the last corner wasn't famous, and we're going to improve by not even a tenth, but we're going to cross the line, and that is enough to put in front of our teammate, and in the end is going to put us in P9. So yeah, it's okay, but I really want P7. Devon Butler in P6, so a very good qualifying. Finally, Butler is showing some pace as well, but not for Lucas Weber, that is down into P12. So let's see what we can do in the race. I hope to gain some places during the first lap, because I really need to, because if you guys don't know, I think you should really know, track position in Monaco means absolutely everything. So qualifying session is the most important session of the weekend, in my opinion. So but let's see, in the race is a different story. We can gain some places thanks to the strategy, but we'll see. It's time for the race, but first we have Claire again to make some questions.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. It's got to be a relief to qualify that far up the grid.
Here we go to the typical sports showmanship option. You have to push for yourself.
Were those faults a bad omen for qualifying and the race?
And here we're going to the rat option. Hopefully not, but we're working on improving reliability.
Great. Well, that's everything.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. The prestigious Circuit de Monaco then. It's not all that dissimilar today to the layout that made its debut almost a century ago. It's 2 miles and 19 corners through the streets of Monte Carlo, and although the average lap speed of around 93 miles per hour is the lowest of the season, the tiny margins for error make it the natural habitat of the safety car. With the Grand Prix nearly upon us, Anthony Davidson is by my side once again to offer his perspective. Let's start with Alfa Romeo. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
Well, the atmosphere within that team seems very positive at the moment. Everyone seems like they're in great spirits and having a lot of fun doing what they do, and that's definitely contributed to the performances we've seen.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Vettel, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Butler, Gasly, Ricciardo, Thomas and Alexander Albon, Norris, Weber, Kimi Raikkonen and Magnussen. Perez, Grosjean, Robert Kubica, and George Russell, Hulkenberg, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, don't try anything silly into one. It's going to be crazy in there. Just do your best to stay out of trouble.
Thanks Jeffrey, and welcome guys to the race that everyone wants to win in their F1 career. Probably is not going to be today because we don't have a car for that, but who knows, maybe one day we can win in this F1 2019 career mode. Strategy wise, soft medium, very simple, is a one stop around Monaco. So yeah, you have to be completely stupid to make a two stop around the streets of Principality. Here we go, starting in P9, ready for the Monaco Grand Prix, 5 red lights, and let's see what we can do in this race. And it's lights out and away we go, and let's see if the start was good. It was quite average, we didn't lose any position, but we're going to dive down on the inside of Daniel Ricciardo into turn 1, squeeze very aggressively into the wall, but no contact thankfully, and it's Charles Leclerc, the home man, that leads the way of this Monaco Grand Prix, and now we are chasing down Devon Butler, and that is best of the race, but there's some side-by-side action between Vettel and Lewis Hamilton, I believe, or Valtteri Bottas, but very, very close to the gearbox of Butler. I'm spelling a move on the Nouveau chicane, because I think it's the best opportunity, and there we go, above inside of Devon Butler, force our way, but now there's a huge pile-up on the low Zeppen, because Devon Butler absolutely brake test Ricciardo, I believe, and then it was a chain reaction. I can see the replay because a lot of cars are ghosting, and when the cars ghost and the game cuts the image to other driver, but there's a Williams on the wall and now he's reversing, so absolutely chaos in these early stages of the race. So this we're going above inside of Butler very aggressively, really squeeze him, and then out of nowhere brake chest Ricciardo, and I think he lost an end blade of his front wing of the Renault, so Ricciardo is going to struggle a lot in the first stint on the soft tires, and probably is going to make a huge change. But we skip forward to lap 12 because absolutely nothing happened. We managed to hold the gap on the Butler. It was that phase that but then I was gaining some time, and we managed to keep Devon behind. What I needed was just a good exit on the last corner and for the tunnel session. But Butler pits, and I decided to stay one more lap because I think the Butler is going to be caught in a huge train, and that can allow us to maybe stretch a little bit the gap, hitting the inside wall on the pit lane, but thankfully we didn't lose any bits on front wing, and we're going to get rid of these dead soft tires, and we're going to fit a brand new set, a fresh set of medium tires, and we're going till the end of the race. So for now things are looking very good. P7, that's the position that I want at the moment, so we're going to leave the pits. We're not going to rejoin already in P7. There's Weber and Perez, and Raikkonen that started on medium tires, and then they're going to change all the stuff. So now, and we exit the pits ahead of Devon Butler, so that's very important. Now this is the crucial part of the race, because we have to overtake these guys, create a gap, because they have old medium tires. Because if we stay behind, once they pit, they can probably catch us in those sets of soft tires. So very, very close to Kimi Räikkönen, literally pushing him. So we are clearly on the pace, P11 at the moment. Remember, some guys have to make their stops, and let's see what we can do. Chasing down Kimi Räikkönen is going to be very hard because we don't have the engine for the straight, but down the yellow flags, and there's a safety car, a first safety car on my career mode, and it's because of Sebastian Vettel that is out of the Grand Prix. So very unfortunate. I believe this is the championship leader, so there he is. We're almost going to the wall and hit the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton, I believe, and there he goes, parking the car on 48, and that's the end of his Monaco Grand Prix. Very unfortunate. That is going to mean a lot in the championship standings, but here we are joining to the queue of the safety car. We actually got a warning, a countdown warning for falling too far back because I was going too slow, because I want to save some extra fuel. And yeah, there's the feel of the safety car, and yeah, very beautiful, the safety car. First time on the game. I think I had one time on an online race on the weekly event. So there's Charles Leclerc leading the way, and then Lewis Hamilton, I believe, is Valtteri Bottas. But Leclerc Leclerc let Hamilton through, and he is going to let Bottas. I don't know. Leclerc had an instruction to let Hamilton by, but I don't think so, because I think Leclerc is out of the race, because I can see the replay, and that is going to be a double Ferrari DNF at this Monaco Grand Prix, and this is going to be huge in the Constructors' Championship, because now, yes, he's parking on the same place as Vettel parked when he retired 2 laps ago, and this is absolutely disaster for the Ferrari, because if it stands like this, Mercedes is going to gain the 43 points, 44 if one of the Mercedes get the fastest lap. on the championship. So absolutely disaster, like I said. Ferrari is a race to forget this Monaco Grand Prix. And now is a glitch on the safety car, because the safety car is very ahead, as you can see in the minimap, is so much in front. And now everyone is going slow because we're doing an entire lap on the streets of Principality, like getting ready, and we are going like 30 kilometers per hour. And now, as you can see, Verstappen is stopped on the middle of the track. I don't know if it was a warning or a penalty for going very slowly, but that's definitely a glitch. And once again, Monaco, that never disappoints anyone, but we are getting ready, and now Verstappen is in last place, by the way, so he has a climb to climb, as a mountain to climb, that was I going to say. Anyway, slipstream on Kimi Räikkönen, above inside, don't mind if I do, and that's us into P5, and once you overtake Perez, it's going to be P4, but Verstappen has a mountain to climb in this race, and I don't know if we're going to score points, and because we have 20 laps to go, and now we are chasing down Sergio Perez, and we are catching very, very rapidly. 2 laps later, we are already on his gearbox. So I was impressed. I thought I was catching, would catch Perez much faster, but no. And we hit the wall on the Portier, so we are abusing as hell, and we lost a lot of time, and we have to do all over again to get Perez, and it took us once again 2 more laps, and now we have DRS open, odd lap mode, overtake mode to maximize that straight line speed. Remember that our engine is a little bit with some wear, but we're going up inside. He locks up, he makes things easier for us, and that is, ladies and gentlemen, P4. And now I really need a DNF in front to get that podium, but unfortunately, spoiler alert, that's not going to happen. So P4 is the best that we can do, but here we go on lap 34, 5 laps to go, and we lose a bit of our front wing on the closest stages of the race, and Butler is 3 seconds ahead. So now is a question of making a defending job, and Butler is catching very, very, very quick. So it was a stupid mistake for me, I admit. Yeah, and as you can see, the internal combustion engine sits 71%. So definitely is going to be the last race that this component is going to make. But here we go, last lap. We managed to keep Devon behind. So, but he's very, very close, heading to the last sector of the streets of Principality. And now here we go. Look at the understeer, very close to the wall, through the back and through the swimming pool section. The car dancing around. The tires are starting to die a little bit, but Devon is right on our gearbox. So through Raskas, very slowly. Sorry. And there we go, last corner. I just need hot lap mode. We have enough DRS. We have enough fuel, and it's going to be enough to get our best result in our F1 career. P4 gets in there.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
That's it for another Grand Prix, and a fantastic win for Mercedes. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Without a doubt, the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because they were too hesitant, but here they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
After an excellent performance at the Grand Prix, I'm sure there'll be plenty of celebrations tonight amongst the Mercedes team, and they certainly deserve it.
Oh, this one felt really, really good. 12 points in the back, that is going to be huge in the championship. Mercedes won too, and is going to mean a lot in the championship, so it was a very exciting race. Sorry for the race not being very, very long. It's because nothing happened in terms of overtake. It was just these moments, and then it was just manage the tires and the fuel, so it was a bit boring, but nonetheless it was an exciting Monaco Grand Prix, despite being a little bit boring. But those moments definitely spiced things up, and the DNFs of the Ferrari and Verstappen that is out of the points in P12 really helped us out, and we finish in P4, and our teammate Alex Albon finally score points. So now it's a job to the Williams to score some points. So now we been promoted to P9 ahead of Lando Norris, and we are 2 points away of our former F2 teammate Lucas Weber. So it was a very, very positive weekend. Finally we are settling in, we're getting good results, this car is improving, and that's what matters. And in the constructors, I think yes, we are in P7, and Ferrari still ahead, but now by just 23 points. So that was the Monaco Grand Prix, guys. So now once again we're going to talk about Claire, about the race.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. Seems like your rivalry with Devon is getting rather fierce. Was that inevitable, given your history?
So here we're going to the showmanship answer. Yeah, a fierce fight is best kind.
That was a close duel with Devon. How are you planning to come out on top of your rivalry?
Yeah, I decided to be a little bit more nicer. We're going to be a little bit of sportsmanship, and yeah, I'm just focusing on doing the best I can.
That was a good race for Lucas. Are you pleased to see him doing well?
Yeah, surely. Lucas is a great guy, so we're going to the left-hand side option. That is going to give us a reputation increasement.
You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy?
And here we're going to complement the aero package because it really came in handy, these 2 minor upgrades for this weekend.
Appreciate your time.
And that seals the episode 7 of our F1 2019 career mode, and we got a great amount of points, 600 points, and now we have a good amount of resource points to spend in the development of the car. So very happy, very positive episode, things are going in our way, and now I'm going to stop with the reliability upgrades because I think it's okay now, and we're going to invest on the chassis. I'm going to buy a major upgrade that is going to be ready for the French Grand Prix, so a track that needs a bit of downforce, and here we're going to invest on the aero side thing. And we're going to buy a minor upgrade that is going to be ready for the next episode, that is around Canada. So in terms of engine we can't improve anything because we are still waiting for the major upgrade that is going to be ready hopefully for the Canadian Grand Prix. Would be very good because in the Canadian Grand Prix straight line speed means everything, and we bought by the way another aero update that is for drag, so we're going to make us more slippery in the straight line, and that's what I want because Canada is basically straight line speed, a little bit of downforce with the chicanes, but yeah, things are really going in our way. Now everything is going well, so that's what I want. I want to put this Toro Rosso as best of the rest, but remember that our objective is going to Red Bull and wins the Drivers' Championship because I want to put Red Bull on top once again. But once again, guys, that was the video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoy, subscribe channel if you need to see more Formula 1 content. As you can see, we are putting the new parts because we're going to need the best engine as we can for the Canadian Grand Prix for obvious reasons. Like I said, we need straight line speed, but now it's time to say goodbye. My name is Smash, and I'll see you guys for a brand new video next time.